So, let's dive into one of the biggest shakeups happening in entertainment right now. We're talking about the huge battle between streaming services and the good old-fashioned movie theater. And we're going to look at it through the lens of Bollywood, which is, only the biggest film industry on the entire planet. Okay, let's just cut right to the chase. This is the question that's on pretty much everyone's mind, whether you're in Hollywood or Mumbai. Is the whole idea of the massive, big-budget, stars on the poster blockbuster, is that whole model on its way out? All right, to get our heads around this, we have to start with what a lot of people believe is happening, the streaming takeover. It's this idea that streaming isn't just another option, it's basically the future. And here's the conflict, right here on the screen. On one side, you've got the classic way of doing things. Throw a lot of money at it, get some huge stars, and roll it out in theaters first. But on the other side, you've got this totally disruptive model that just drops the movie right into your living room for millions of people all over the world, all at the same time. And believe me, this isn't just some theoretical debate for industry insiders. It is having a huge real-world impact. And Bollywood, making more films than anyone else, is right at the epicenter of this massive shift in how we tell and watch stories. But is it really that simple? Is the cinema just gonna fade away into history? Well, not so fast. According to Bollywood superstar Amir Khan, the big screen has a pretty powerful defense. This quote right here, it gets to the absolute heart of the whole argument. What Khan is saying is that a movie theater isn't just a bigger screen. It's a social thing. It's an experience. And it's one you just can't get sitting on your couch at home. So what is it that makes it so unique? Well, it's that magic of being in a room full of strangers, all laughing at the same joke or gasping at the same twist. It's the fact that for 2 hours, your phone is away and you're just locked in. It turns watching a movie from just a thing you do into a real event. But here's where things get a little more interesting. Amir Khan isn't some old-school purist who's totally against streaming. Not at all. In fact, he sees its incredible, mind-blowing power. Which brings us to this idea of getting a global stage literally overnight. Okay, first, a real quick definition so we're all on the same page. When we're talking about streaming, we're talking about what's called an OTT platform, over the top. Think Netflix, Amazon Prime, the services that deliver movies and shows directly to you over the internet. Now, think about how it used to work. If you made a movie, this was the game plan. You'd release it at home first. Then, maybe a few months later, it would come out in another country. And then another. It was this really slow, staggered process. And this is the revolution. A streaming release isn't one country at a time. It's instant. Your movie is suddenly available to pretty much the entire world on day one. I mean, for a filmmaker, that is an absolute game changer. So the real takeaway here is this. It's not about one being good and the other being bad. It's about making a choice. As a creator, you have to ask yourself, what platform is right for this story? If it's a huge, epic experience, maybe the theater is the way to go. But if it's a story that could find a massive, passionate audience overnight, streaming might be the perfect fit. But just when you think, okay, they can both exist, no problem, Amir Khan throws in one final, major twist. It turns out, maybe, just maybe, theaters and streaming aren't even each other's biggest competition. There's a new challenge for everyone. And this, right here, is the real heart of the problem. He says the issue isn't what size screen you're watching on. The problem is that our brains, our very ability to just sit down and focus on a single story for a couple of hours has been fundamentally rewired. So you see, the real battle isn't for your ticket money or your subscription fee anymore. It's a much, much deeper fight for something way more valuable. Your undivided attention in a world that is practically designed to distract you. And that's why this whole conversation matters so much, way beyond just Bollywood. Every single creator, every storyteller, every filmmaker out there is fighting the exact same battle against the endless scroll, the constant notifications, this complete fracturing of our focus. Which leaves us with a huge and kind of scary final question. It's not enough to just make a good movie anymore. The real question for the future of all storytelling, big screen or small screen, is this. In a world that's constantly pulling us in a million different directions, what kind of story is actually powerful enough to cut through all that noise and make us pay attention?